Oh! Oh! Am I in the presence of the ghost of Christmas cartoons yet to come? In a manner of speaking. And yes, I took a form you recognise. Spirit, I know what we're reviewing, and I fear it more than any cutesy schlock I've yet seen. But I'm ready and willing to learn with a thankful heart. Aye. Okay. Well, the night is fading fast. Let's get a better view. Welcome to the final chapter of the Old School Cartoons Christmas Carol. So you know what's coming, do you? Aye, I know it's only more relevant now more than ever. But it's only fair since my employer already did the original Peace on Earth. Peace on Earth was released in December 1939, a few months after World War II started. Bit of an awkward time to release an anti-war film in hindsight, but the message still stands. And 16 years later, in 1955, this cartoon was updated. The original was called Peace on Earth. This cartoon is called Goodwill to Men. Made during the early days of the Cold War, Goodwill to Men addresses the then very real threat of total nuclear annihilation. You're telling me. Hugh Harman wasn't involved in this one. Instead, this film was directed by a little-known production duo known as William Hanna and Joseph Barbera. You've probably never heard of them. It was also the last cartoon produced by Fred Quimby before he retired. I'm ready. Good. So is this cartoon going to be as good as the original? And how long before this one beats us on the head with a Bible?
Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the Lord our King.
Aye, this cartoon cuts right to the chase, as we zoom into the ruins of a kirk where a mouse priest and a choir of mice, get it, church mice, are practicing for a festive service later that day.
Say, that was pretty good, boy.
Don't get too comfortable. This is the last time this cartoon is in any way cozy. Because like the original, it all kicks off when one choir boy asks,
"How come we have to wear these goofy-looking robes?"
No, they don't really say that. What he actually says is,
What are men?
There ain't no more men in the world. But as I remember 'em, well, they was awful-looking things.
and also like the original, we fade to flashback and we see men as the mice soared them.
And they had tremendous snouts that curled down and fastened onto their stomachs.
Gee, I'm sure glad there ain't no more men in the world. Gosh, me too.
I would be too if I never knew one.
They was always thinking up new ways to kill each other.
And we see all the new things men would dream up to continue to fight and unalive each other. Unalive? We're not allowed to say kill here anymore. You really do live in hell. Even as the bodies pile up in their masses, the war still kept escalating. And just when you think it can't get any worse...
And then each one of them built the biggest, the most awfulest bomb ever.
And what follows is what's commonly known as mutually assured destruction.
And that was the end of the last man on Earth.
Holy fuck, that's grim. Well, it's all the more reason to keep the peace, isn't it? Aye. So after the very literal end of the world, the woodland animals who somehow survived that blast emerge from the forest knowing it's now safe, and like last time, they all gather in the ruins of a kirk and a wise old owl reads the Bible, while a younger Deacon Mouse asks him what it says.
Thou shalt not kill. Love thy neighbor as thyself.
That's certainly thought-provoking, though I wonder what would have happened if they opened the good book on, say, Psalm 144:1. And we fade back to the present where the deacon endeth the lesson.
On these words depend the future of us all.
So the church mice perform their carol service.
Peace on earth, goodwill to man. Peace on earth shall reign again.
And they all live happily ever after. unlike all the men who have a lot to answer for. So that was a lot to sit through, but still very worthwhile. I quite agree. So, like his predecessor, Good Will to Men proves animation can be taken seriously. Though the animation isn't quite as polished as the original, it's still some of MGM's finest animation from its later years, and the story doesn't hold anything back either, which is important for delivering an anti-war message. Preachy, yes, but sometimes you need a harsh reminder of why peace is important. Aye. The only very minor nitpick I have is the implication that only Christians can be peaceful, but that's all there is against it. And it certainly helps that it doesn't have the same awkward baggage the original had, so this cartoon gets, with no hesitation, our greatest honour, the full 12 points. Whether you can sit through this depends on whether you can handle darker stuff or more conservative ideas of peace, but like its predecessor, it still stands as a real triumph of animation. That, like its predecessor, seems to be more relevant every year. Spirit, why would you show me this if we were past all hope? I wouldn't have shown you this if you were. We're not. As long as people are willing to stand up for the right thing, there's still hope left. But I must ask though, are these the shadows of things that will be, or of what may be only? I cannot say, but these events are not set in stone. They can be changed, and the world can be made right. Right, so how do I get back? What?
We're not gonna cross that Jordan River. It don't even exist, that Jordan River.
To be honest, is an outmoded religious metaphor that